I want to know what would make your season a failure. What would be the point where you would sit down with some friends, perhaps Terry, me, Sully, Hatchet, you'd sit down and talk to us and go, God, I'm really disappointed. Geez, I thought Harbaugh would do more. Man, this season it's a real it's a failure. It's a disappointment. I want to know what that number is for you. Now, on the Spartan side, I think 90% of Spartans are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. You don't need to agree. It's a free country. I know what I expect. I know how I went into last season, and that's where I'm at. Now, look, next year, MSU's not ranked to start the year. They lose a bunch of underclassmen to the NFL, whatever it is. No, I won't have the same expectation. Wouldn't be fair. But in a year where I believe this team is really bleeping good, yeah, that's the cost of doing business. For Michigan, here's failure to me. If you don't get to 7 wins. And 7's not some moniker of excellence. 7 just means you made a legit improvement over last year. You weren't 500, you were above. And to get to 7, you probably had to beat at least one decent team. If they don't get to 7, that's a failure. It really is. So those are my standards. We're going to get Terry's right now. What I want is yours. What constitutes failure for Michigan and Michigan State this fall? We're basically a week from the season. 248-539-9797. Phone lines are wide open for it. Ticket text 97136. Terry, talk to me.
I have a hard time saying that Michigan State would fail if they don't make the Final Four, is what we're calling it.
What would you call it?
Because they don't belong there.
Why?
Because they're not one of the top 4 teams in the nation.
You don't think
they
so?
They play in the same division as the Ohio State University.
Right.
Now, if you remove Ohio State from the equation, and Ohio State is good, but not this team that they've got, I would say, you know what, I could see your point, Mike, but they're not supposed to be there. I'm not counting on 2 teams from the same conference getting to the Final Four. It's not Michigan State's turn. It's Ohio State's turn. It would be hard for me to look at, and it's very possible Michigan State could go 12-1, not go to the Final Four.
Oh, they'd be in. I'll tell you what I'll do. For fun. And I'll give you all season to take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
But for fun, I'll bet you $500. If MSU, listen to me. If MSU's 11-1 and their loss is to Ohio State, they're getting in. You have all season. You don't need to take it now.
Okay.
You don't need to reject it now.
Okay.
If they beat Oregon, the bet becomes a little bit of a reality.
Mm-hmm.
If they can beat Michigan, survive Nebraska on the road, if they do those things, I will ask you the week of that game and then at the end of the season.
But the problem is it's in human hands, Mike. It's not just numbers. It's not just, you know what I'm saying? Like last year, we thought the SEC was so great.
Yeah.
How did they finish up in the bowls? Not very good.
Not well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we could sit up here and say, hey, you know what? Michigan State deserves to be in there, but the human part of it.
I'll take my chances.
What was the year that you beat Michigan?
99.
And you went to the Plaxico game.
Yeah, 99. They went to the Orange. We went to, what was it, the Citrus at the time.
Michigan State was better than Michigan that year. But if this was the BCS, whatever, the voters said, hey, Michigan is going to the better bowl.
Right.
Michigan State. Now, Michigan State screwed itself by getting jackhammered twice by, I think it was Wisconsin and
Purdue.
Mm-hmm. But Michigan State was better than Michigan.
But they also didn't have the credibility of 4 11-win seasons in 5 years and back-to-back top 5 finishes.
Are you talking about the program where people don't know the head coach's name?
That's not my
problem. That guy?
They have credibility in their resume. I can't help that ESPN is filled with idiots. Look at half the people that work there.
D'Antoni.
Dombrowski. But I wonder what constitutes a fail for Michigan State and for Michigan.
I would say less than double digits. I'm talking about in victories would be a fail for Michigan State. And I'm going to say this about Michigan. Anything less than 8-4 is a fail.
Wow.
Because you are a power team. You're supposed to finish. To me, 8-4 is baseline for a team that's good.
248-539-9797.